OSP social media, Facebook, and then we'll go and comment. You go and read some of the comments, and you cry.
Okay. Let me speak to Alhaji Inusah Fuseini. Alhaji Inusah Fuseini is former member of Parliament for Tamale Central. Alhaji, thank you very much for your time, and good morning to you.
Good morning, Zena. How are you?
I'm doing. I hope you are too.
Well, you can't complain. Today is Friday.
They say Friday you don't advise people. But anyway, first let me start with some terminologies that has been used by the OSP. It's just some education. When you say when he says some properties are confirmed, some are unconfirmed, what does that mean?
It means that there is no doubt about some properties that they belong to the accused persons. And where there is doubt, they are still carrying on investigations to confirm ownership.
Oh, okay. That's quite interesting because the same accused person is saying we don't have any link, connection, ownership, part ownership, nothing at all when it comes to those properties. In the public domain, that's what they are telling us.
So, when I heard Mustapha Hamid comment on the issue, I thought that was imprudent. Well, you see, you are an accused person, and the law already protects you. The Constitution protects the accused person. It says he's presumed innocent until proven guilty. That's a protection. So what are you fighting? That's the first thing. The second thing is that the case actually is the Republic against Mustapha Hamid and 9 others. So when they confiscate or seize or take into custody some property, it is property related to the case. It is property related to the case. It doesn't mean that it is your property. You get me, Sana?
Property related to the case.
To the case.
Explain what's the difference between
Mustapha Hamid and 9 others.
Okay.
So that's the case. The case is not the Republic against Mustapha Hamid. The case is Republic against Mustapha Hamid and 9 others. So, and the OSP is saying that it has taken into custody certain properties worth 100 million Ghana cedis and about $100 million. Then one accused person comes to say, there is no property connected to me. The OSP did not say that I've confiscated property belonging to Mustapha Hamid. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. Did he say that? Now what Mustapha Hamid has done is to compel the OSP to come out and talk about his properties, and that's what the OSP just did recently. That's what he has done. So I don't know who is advising him. Who is advising him to ignore even the constitutional protection to be proven guilty in this case because he has a presumption of being innocent, and he takes the case to the public court of public arena. Why will you do that? Even as lawyers, when we are defending accused persons, we do not say that the prosecution has no case. We do not say that when we are still prosecuting. Until the prosecution closes its case, then we come and demonstrate in court why the case should not continue beyond that point. But you don't go around and say, no, they don't have no case. They have no case. They don't do that. Because immediately you go around saying that you are giving the prosecution notice that maybe there's something he's not looking at. And he has not started the case yet. So if you are giving him notice that there's something he's not looking at, you are drawing attention to your case, and then you are compelling him to do more diligent search. So, I don't know. When I heard Mustapha, I have not gotten to him, but I would have advised him that the best strategy of defense is to keep quiet. Because you don't have a duty to prove your guilt. You don't even have a duty to prove your innocence. The duty you have under the law, criminal jurisprudence, is to raise doubts in the prosecution's case. That's the duty he has. Just raise doubt. And the doubt inures to your benefit. But you have no duty to prove yourself innocent. You have no duty to fight the case in the public domain. You have no such duty. Unless you bring the duty onto yourself.
I see. But this banter, does it help even the OSP?
It doesn't help the OSP, but you see, the OSP is between the devil and the deep blue sea. So you can understand the rock and the hard place. You can understand. The OSP has come under a barrage of attacks. And then there's now an accused person who is saying that, what the OSP is doing in connection with me is useless. What do you say? Asana, if were you, what will you do? You will prove that it's not useless. You also want to reach the public, and the public to know that what you are doing is not useless. So he's been drawn into the fight. It's been drawn into the fight. He has a duty to protect the public resources of this country by fighting corruption and corruption-related offenses. That duty is being challenged vigorously by a section of the Ghanaian population. Now, an accused person is further putting spooks and making him look inefficient. What do you think he will do?
But is his best action not to prove this in court and secure a conviction, or that, because ultimately that's what the Ghanaian is looking forward to, that you succeed with what you are sending to court?
I agree with you absolutely. But for the fact that we are talking on radio, I would have added absolutely nothing to what you have said. Because that is the essence of justice. To go to court on a prima facie case in a criminal matter and prove that that prima facie is well-founded and that that person is guilty of an offense. That's the essence of criminal justice. So I would have had nothing to add. But where you have a section of the population already having some problems with the OSP, you understand why the OSP is drawn to the court of public arena. And mind you, the court must set you free. The court must convict you. Never let the public think that your conviction was a travesty of justice. I think that what the accused person in the Mustapha Hamid case are doing is to get public sympathy on their side.
But is a lawyer for Abdul Hamid also not right when he suggests to the OSP that one of the, you can also consider the fact that Abdul Hamid is, even though he goes by the title of doctor, he is not a lawyer. Perhaps he might not understand how the operation of the law, as well as a lawyer like the OSP. That these things, when they happen, you handle them in the right forum. And maybe, like you said, most of us who are not learned, that's why you call yourself learned. If I'm not learned and I ask in a particular way, you who are learned is expected to do better. Are you not?
Exactly. So now you are now a lawyer. You are a lawyer by association. So you go to conference. You know, my firm, where I'm attached to as a senior associate, is Law Trust. We've done a lot of political cases from Kufuor's time to Nana Akufo-Addo's time. Have you ever heard Law Trust lawyers talking about the cases they are conducting?
No.
No. Because it goes against the ethics. It goes against the ethics. But, well, this is a profession that has grown. And so there are many lawyers who have come onto the scene. This is also an area where social media is prevalent. And so people have taken to the new media. In fact, it's even against the rules of ethics to try your case in the media. You can't comment on an ongoing case in the media as a lawyer. in that case, in that particular case, you can't comment. You were trying the matter in the media. So the disciplinary committee, the General Legal Council, frowns upon the conduct of lawyers, which seems to suggest that they are taking their case to the media. But this new media, my brother, they are doing a case. So when we're doing that, we're buying for Yankee, Compepra, Kosia Hoy, the past case, in the quality grain case. Did you ever hear them talk?
Hmm.
Did you ever hear any of them talk? No, we don't. We don't know. Because you make your case worse. And I've since read a communique by or a release by the lawyers for Mustapha Hamid, and they seem to have given him the green light to do what he's doing. Well, they have their strategy. Fighting the case in court involves strategy. I don't know their strategy. But from a conservative standpoint of how appreciation of how the law works, it is always better to keep your strategy to yourself and display it in court and convince the court that there is no case against your client.
Like I said, because you are also talking about even the arguments being made in the public domain, that the OSP is saying something different. The response from Mustapha Hamid's lawyers is also is not exactly responding to the matter, because the OSP has not said. And when you ask, I went to read what the OSP wrote. He did not say that these properties belong to Mustapha Hamid. He said the properties of interest.
Yes.
So I'll go back to my original question. Who does this help actually?
You see, I followed it one day when Mustapha Hamid and the lawyers issued a statement. I went back to the OSP release. I said, but what are they responding to? So I'm convinced that it doesn't help them. It doesn't help them. I was minister, 2.5 ministries, because I was a deputy minister in energy. I was a minister for lands and natural resources. I was a minister for roads and highways. You think that when we left office in 2016, I didn't go to Yoko? You think I didn't go to Yoko? I went. But I, as a citizen of this country, I thought I had a duty to respond to sermons to submit myself to investigation. So I went. And the questions that they asked me, I answered them truthfully and to the best of my knowledge. The documents they needed, they were showing to me. I had copies, and some of the documents did not adequately reflect. And they didn't follow the serial. You write documents in serial too. Because serially. So they picked documents out of the communication, which didn't follow the sequence. Unfortunately, I had the sequence. So anytime they raised an issue about a particular document, I would say, go back to this document. If you don't have it, I'll produce it. I said, you see, this document, that document preceded what you are reading. And you read it and you know. So when you read it, it will lead you to the next document. Why the next document contained what it contained. But if you pick the document without the first document, you will think that we just did things out of the blue. So, but nobody had. Many people don't even think that I was sent to a distance. Don't know even that I appeared for Yoko. So, and finally, the people were convinced that no, I had not committed any crime. And they said I should go. They removed the caution. I was admitted to bail, but they removed it. They said no, go. We don't think you have committed a crime. So I went. So today I talk and people think that no, nothing happened to me. I'm telling you that. Ask Jum Buafo. Ask Jum Buafo. They will tell you. Your lawyers will tell you not to talk. That's what they will tell you. And in this case, Ayeni was my lawyer. The last time he came, he brought the last appearance before Yoko. He came along with Virginia Tabaklo. Edoji. So the lawyers will tell you, don't talk. What duty do you have? Your duty is to raise doubt in the prosecution's case if they finally send you to court. Why do you want to discharge the duty when the matter is not in court?
So my question is, who does this banter help? Us?
It helps the OSP.
It helps the OSP, rather?
Yes. When a blind man says he's going to throw a stone at you, it means that he stepped on the stone, not so. It means that Mustapha Hamid and his team of legal counsel do not yet believe that the case against Mustapha Abdul Hamid
is
strong enough to secure them a conviction in court. And they are given notice. So if I'm the prosecution and the lawyers are telling me that your case is not strong enough, and I believe my case is strong enough, I must go back and review my case. And you see, the search for information, the search for evidence doesn't end. That is why even after an acquittal, if you bring a matter not on the same case, but on a different set of facts, which were not available to you at the time of prosecution, but which have come to you after diligent search, you can still open the case against the accused person on a different matter. Not on the same case, but on a different matter. The Nuremberg trials. You remember? You know recently that the last victim of the Holocaust died, and it was declared that the matter is ended. 40-something years after the Second World War, 50-something years after the Second World War, the perpetrators of the Holocaust were still hunted down and brought to justice. Some of them in wheelchairs, some of them on hospital beds. So that's how justice time doesn't run against the commission of a crime. So if the special prosecutor believes that a crime has been committed, time does not run against him.
I see. Thank you. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
You're welcome. So, I just advise that if a person is facing prosecution anywhere, it is in his interest to keep his strategy to himself and show same in court. That's free advice.
Thank you. Alhaji Inusah Fuseini is former member of parliament for Tamale Central, joining us on the line, taking us to 26 minutes past 9 here in the studios of Radio Gold 90.5 FM. We tend to two things before we close the show today. But before that,
Gasaba. Smoke from firewood and charcoal is harmful and as damaging to our lungs as cigarettes. It can cause heart diseases leading to stroke and may even affect our eyesight in the long run. Grandmothers, mothers, sisters, wives, men, caterers, and everyone still cooking with charcoal, let's switch to LPG gas. The National Petroleum Authority has introduced the cylinder recirculation model in collaboration with local partners to make gas more accessible in all local communities. Whether you own a cylinder or not, join our CRM initiative. Simply show up at any exchange point near you with a small down payment to receive a filled cylinder or swap your empty one. Regular safety checks will be in place. Say ebisa musemo or gas. Afedie gasaba. Switch from firewood and charcoal to gas for a better and healthier life. This message is brought to you by the National Petroleum Authority and the Ministry of Energy.
Fly Emirates and start your unforgettable family holiday the moment you board. Unwind and relax with up to 6,500 channels of movies, TV shows, games, and music. Savor your regionally inspired meal served with complimentary drinks, while the little ones stay entertained with over 250 dedicated kids channels and cool activity packs. Fly better to Dubai and beyond with daily flights from Accra. Fly Emirates, fly better.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank accounts too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Mumu or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated